Hey y'all, Shelly here with another tip for hospice nurses. So I had a request to do a video on the PPS, or the Palliative Performance Scale. I have a lot more information down in the caption, but basically this is just what we use in hospice to measure somebody's decline. First, we use it to measure to see if they're eligible, and then we use it to illustrate decline. And what it is a scale that basically shows someone's activity level or their level of function. It measures mobility and nutrition and cognition and activity and just their ability to do function in their ADLs. So Medicare says that the PPS should be less than 70. So that means 60 or below is how I read that anyway. You're not probably going to see that many hospice patients coming on hospice with a PPS of 60. Not unheard of, but not very common. Generally, it's going to be 50 or even 40 when they come on hospice. And they usually decline to 30, and our patients stay at a PPS of 30, usually can stay there for quite a long time. Even a PPS of 20, some patients will maintain that and still for several months sometimes. I recommend that, because this is a good tool to show eligibility, that you definitely put the PPS on admit and at least every recert. That's a way you can measure a patient coming in, PPS was 50, patient has declined over the past 90 days or 60 days, whatever period you're in. Now their PPS is 40. So it's a good way to show decline. Some companies have a policy that you measure it more frequently. I don't recommend you measure it too frequently because you're not going to show decline if you're doing it too much. So admit and recert is a really good rule of thumb to follow. Some people also use what's called the KPS. KPS is the Hospice Performance Scale. It was initially developed for cancer patients to show prognosis in cancer patients, but it now is pretty much widely accepted as a measurement of decline in patients or measurement of function. Very similar to the PPS. I find that they kind of coincide with each other. They're going to pretty much be close to the same thing. I don't recommend use both. You should use one or the other, whichever your company says for you to use is what I recommend using. But the PPS is a really good tool for us to use to show eligibility and to measure decline in our hospice patients. So I hope this tip was helpful. If there's anything you'd like me to talk about, please let me know. I'd love to share it here. And y'all remember, together we can change our world.